Hi Ash, how are you doing? Thanks for joining us.
No worries, man. I'm very good, thank you.
That's good to hear. Now, first and foremost, it's a huge card to be on. I was just wondering if you could tell us a bit about how it felt when you finally had the call and it was confirmed that you were going to be a part of this big night for British boxing.
To be honest, mate, I was pretty shocked. You know, I retired back in September, so I wasn't expecting any calls really. James Sanigo rang me and he told me he asked if I wanted to fight, and to be honest, I was like, "Yeah, man, I'll have it straight away." Like, man, I didn't, I was kind of moving on to another part of my journey in life, but as soon as this fight come up, like just to be on the show, I was like, yeah, man, I love it. I was buzzing.
Now, after you had made that decision to retire, I'm sure your loved ones and those around you were very at peace with that decision. What was their reaction when you told them, I'm going to be fighting on Anthony Joshua's undercard in a few weeks?
My dad was a bit shocked, like because I told him I wouldn't be boxing, same with my sister. Um, my missus though, she like I was telling her I was retiring, and she was just like, "Nah, you're not retiring. You're too good to retire. You shouldn't retire." And she kept telling me, I should carry on boxing. But I said, no, I won't. And then when I told her that I had this fight in this show, she was just like jumping up and down. She was like, yeah, it's like Christmas come early. So like, I knew you wouldn't stay retired for long, she knew it wouldn't last long. So she was really excited.
Well, you've came back for this big opportunity. Eddie Hearn has described these domestic fights we're seeing on these undercards after lockdown as winner stays on. Have you thought about what you'll actually do if you pull this off and stun Kiz Ashfaq on Saturday night? Would you fight on?
I'm not, I'm not sure what the future holds for me. To be honest, all I know is I've got the burst back. I enjoy boxing. You know, I've just renewed my medical, my license, and everything again, purely for this fight. So in my mind, like, what's the point in tracking it in straight after? No matter what happens, I think Ashfaq's got a good future in boxing, and I think I've still got a good few years left in me. Whether our journeys go, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. I mean, we've both got a future one way or another. I mean, these fights, they're not like do or die. I mean, they can like I mean, I've got experience to say about it. They're not like you lose a fight, against you know a domestic rival, you should retire. It's not like that. I mean, you just have to take a different navigation. You have to go down a different path, a different route. That's just the way it is.
Now, we saw Kiz handed his first loss but to Mark Leach back in October. Did you watch that fight, Ashley?
Not live. I watched it a couple of days after. My manager, Chris Sanigari, messaged me and said about the fight, and then I took a few days and I caught up with it. I don't really keep up with boxing too much when I'm at home. I like to take my head away from it, but it can become a bit too obsessive. Um, but it was a good fight. I thought Mark Leach boxed very, very well. He was really sharp, good game plan. Um, you could see that they'd sparred together loads of rounds because they knew each other very well. And before the fight, I'd have picked Ashfaq to win. Great fight.
And just a couple more from me before I let you go here. Look, you fought a who's who of British names over the years. You fought the very best in and around your weight. I was just wondering if you could tell us a bit about who you see as the best fighter you've shared a ring with and why.
Um, I'd probably say Brad Foster. I got to be honest. Either Brad Foster or Kai I think Yafai's speed and combination punches, especially at that point in my career when I wasn't really that good, to be honest. He dismantled me a few times in that fight. And although I clawed it back a little bit, he was another level above. Um, and then Brad Foster, I mean, his composure. under pressure. He punches hard. You know, I mean, it wasn't one of my best performances. I'll be honest. I was pretty crap that night, but you know, I was really impressed with how he handled himself in the fight. How he picked his shots, how he used his brain. He was very clever, and he can punch hard. You know, I'd probably say for now, Brad Foster.
And final one, Ashley. I know you said you don't really stay too involved with boxing when you're at home because it becomes a bit too obsessive. So I don't know if you will have seen this, but I just wondered if you caught any of the boxing on the weekend. We saw Chris Bourke in there with your old opponent. Michael Ramabaleta was in there with him. Stunning win for Chris Bourke. Did you see the fight?
Yeah, once again, I watched it the next day, and you know when I caught it up on YouTube, it said full fight, and it came up. It was 6 minutes long. I thought, no, well, I wasn't expecting a knockout in that. Because I didn't think, being honest, I didn't think that Chris Bourke would have the power to get Michael out there, because Michael's got a good chin on him. You know, he's always had a decent chin. So, and then I thought, but I didn't think Michael would really have the skill set to knock Bourke out. So I just assumed it was like they put full fight, but it was the fight highlights. So I watched the fight, and to see that, Bourke stopped Michael, I was really impressed, to be honest. It was a cracking little left hook they caught him with. Michael just never recovered, Well done to Chris Bourke. That was a great win for him. Good statement to make.
All right, well, Ash, thank you for your time. That's it from me. Best of luck Saturday night. Enjoy it.
Thank you, mate.